Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Prairie Banana. Welcome to my TitanX live stream. As you come in, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I would be honored if you simply like my video and then subscribe. I'm under 500 subscribers. I'd like to get up to 500. I think that's a reasonable goal, and you can help me do that. We're going to go over some housekeeping, and then I'm going to review what we're going to discuss today. And thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. Is the music too loud or too soft? Because I can change the level. Let me know in the comments, and I can adjust it. Is it too loud? Put a 1 in the chat. Do this. Put a 1 in the chat if you hold TitanX. If you have a minor, or if you have a steak, or you have liquid TitanX, put a 1 in the chat. It's very loud. Okay, let's fix that. Okay, how's that? Hey guys, Rusty, Ryan Torres, Scott, Mackenzie. Hey, thanks for showing up. Really appreciate it. Trainer, Jay-Z, Hexing, Fox. Makes me think of Guy Fawkes. How's the audio now? All minor so far. 1-1. Everybody is holding. Are there any zeros? And I don't mean like a zero. So if you don't hold any Titan, put a 0. Cool. We're good on the volume. All right. First off, none of this is financial advice. Okay. We're all big boys and girls in here, and we make our own financial decisions. If you have a question, I will try to keep an eye on the chat as I'm presenting. But if you have a question, help me catch it by making it stand out. Use the all caps. So questions, put in all caps, please. And Prairie Banana is only the chips and salsa. You know, when you go to a restaurant and they give you chips and salsa at the beginning of the meal, because you're hungry and need a little something as an appetizer, they give you chips and salsa. I'm the chips and salsa. We'll talk about the main meal at the end of this, and it's not me. Okay? We are going to cover. Music could still go down a touch. You got it, man. Yeah, I need that feedback. Give me just a second, and I will fix it. And I got to make a note. Okay. How's that? If you don't mind, let me know. That's 18. We're all ones. I like it. I'd like to see some zeros in here, but that's okay. People will catch it on YouTube. All right. We are going to cover security, TitanX, the white paper. We're not going to read all of it. Some excellent sites that I've been collecting, strategies, some calculators I built, and then we'll just wrap it up. So 7 different things. We're going to start with security. In cryptocurrency, you are the bank. We are the bank. And it's very, very important that you understand that every move you make in crypto needs to be done very deliberately, because you don't want to get wrecked. You hold the keys to the vault, and your transactions are permanent. Okay. I always advise whether you're brand, especially if you're brand new to crypto, and if you've been in crypto for a while, you know that you need to have a hardware wallet. I recommend that you get a hardware wallet. I like the Trezors. I like the little guys, not the big ones. Why do I like the little guys? Because they have a push button. This is a Trezor. It's not a Model T. What is it? Model 1. I like to be able to just press the button. So you need to have a hardware wallet so that you're doing your transactions off of your computer. Always be very careful. That's funny. Always be very careful of your seed phrase. Never share it with anybody. If anybody ever asks you for it, don't give it to them. And what I do with mine is I etch mine into stainless steel. They're literally etched into stainless steel plates like that big, okay? So when you go to buy your Trezor or your Ledger hardware wallet, only get it directly from the manufacturer, because if you get it off of Amazon, you don't know who at the warehouse may have tampered with the packaging. So just be very careful with your wallet and with your security. Never digitize or seed phrase. Never screenshot it, take a photo of it with your phone, and so forth. Big green. Model 1 is all you need. I like that. Thanks for confirming that. For the soft wallet, many have been using the MetaMask. I started out with MetaMask. I'm a Generation X, and that stinking thing gave me such a fit. Once I discovered the Rabby wallet, I'm never going back to MetaMask. No way. I like the Rabby wallet, but choose a soft wallet of whatever one works for you, because you'll need to have a soft wallet as well. That's enough on security. If you have any other big tips, drop them in the chat. Maybe I'll post them up. TitanX. What is TitanX? Well, let's first go over who developed it. It was developed by Jake Sharp. I've been following Jake for a while, probably a couple years now. He and I have chatted on Telegram. We follow not Telegram, but Twitter. And we've chatted back and forth a little bit. He's a busy guy, so try to leave him alone. He's a developer. Last spring, summer, when he announced that he was developing a token, he piqued my interest because, and here's like the main reason, not because I know him personally on Twitter, but the main reason he piqued my interest on this token that he was developing is because he is a proponent of a book titled Reality Transurfing. And if you know anything about that book, and I just got my first copy, but if you know anything about it, anybody that's a business person and advocates reading that book and has read it multiple times, you might want to pay attention to them, because their success level, in my opinion, I haven't read the book yet, but in my opinion, the chances of them being successful is very big. So he got my attention right from the very beginning. TitanX is a first cycle token. And it's going into this, if we're assuming that we're going into a bull market, it's going into the bull market with vigor. It's a first cycle token, whereas Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of these other tokens that have had multiple cycles, like if you were to buy Bitcoin right now, you might do maybe a 2 to 5x in the next bull. If you buy Ethereum right now, you might do more. TitanX, I'm not saying that it's going to hit it out of the park in the next cycle, but because it's a first cycle token, it's more of a venture, meaning it could crash or it could do very, very well in the bull. We don't know. The code is autonomous. It's on the blockchain. Nobody can change it. It was audited 3 times. The first auditor found, and I heard this off of stream with Jake Sharp, so I heard it from himself. The first auditor found like 6 bugs. Jake fixed them. The second auditor found 1 bug, and it was easily fixed. The third auditor, and I think he was the most heavily incentivized, didn't find any bugs. So Jake launched TitanX on the 28th of October. And so it's about 56 days old right now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the... Oh, really? Well, let me make sure my audio settings are correct. My sound settings. Because I do have my mic external. Yep, we're set. Okay, I'll just keep my mic right here. And I can put, if I continue to have problems, just let me know. And I can adjust I can just put my headset on if that works better. But usually it's not a problem. All right, let's go over the white paper. And for many of you OGs, like a lot of this is going to be like rehashing. If you've been here for a while, there are some things that you might be able to pick up. I'm hoping that the older guys can pick up a few things from this presentation, but we are going to go over the white paper, because that's the first thing we recommend people go do when they come in to Titan is read the white paper. So let's go over that. I'm going to present my screen. Put my headset on. You got it, man. Let's try it. Let me know if that's an improvement. Okay, let me know if you can't see my screen. I think you can. All right, we are going to cover the virtual mining part of the white paper. We're not going to, like I said, we're not going to go over the whole thing. Way better. Cool. Thank you. In TitanX, you create your own coins. Titan is built with self-custody, censorship resistant, and it's basically pure DNA and pure DeFi at its core. When you go to the mine page, you can specify the number of days you want to mine for and the number of power you want your miner to have. The number of days you pick, from 1 to 280 days, and the power you choose determines the amount of TitanX you will get at the end of your miner. And there's the formula right there. Whereas the number of days equals the number of days chosen when you start your miner. Current Titan mineable is the amount of Titan per day you can get, and the mining power, the power you specified during your miner creation. And there's the formula, where the current miner cost equals the cost per 100 power max miner. This goes up every day, and the mining power equals the power you specified during your miner creation. Just bear with me. I got to keep an eye on my notes over here. Read all of them virtual. Okay, we got it. Miners can be created in 3 ways. Actually 2, because this last one does not apply. You can create a single miner, and we're gonna review this on the DApp. You can create just a normal single miner. You can batch mine. This allows you to automatically create up to 100 miners at a time, saving you the hassle of having to create miners individually. This also uses the contract's miners function to create your miners for you, so the outcome is the same. You just multiplied by whatever number of miners you batch create. Then there was going to be the ability to create a mining ladder, but that has, at least for the time being, been canned. The mining bonuses, and this is where we're going to get into like what everybody is all abuzz about on Twitter and Telegram. The early adoption amplifier started at 10%, and it's working its way down to 0% over 350 days. The burn bonus multiplier, you can get up to 8% extra on your new miner if you burned 80 billion Titan. This bonus starts at 0% for new wallets, and the more they burn, the more they get, up to 8%. This is to reward burners, and it just acts like a loyalty program. Now here is where everybody's getting excited. The T rank bonuses. When you create a miner, that miner gets assigned a T rank on that specific miner. This T rank determines where you start earning rewards from. As people start miners after you, they give your miners extra bonuses. This T rank bonus started at 2200 TitanX per max power miner. That starts after you. Now it would be 22 TitanX per 1 power miner after you. This is based on the mining power instead of T ranks to prevent whale abuse of the bonuses. In essence, this means that you get rewarded for helping bring adoption to the ecosystem and helping it grow. And if someone starts 100 power miners, you get a higher T rank bonus. If someone starts 1 power miner, you get the same T rank bonus divided by 100. And here's the formula for that. Okay, and you can just read that. Mining, we're going to skip that, and we're going to go right on down to the penalties, because we need to be aware of penalties. At whatever end date you specify when creating your miners, you can claim it. After that day, you have a 7-day grace period in which you can claim your miners and not receive any penalties. And there's a little nugget in here that we're going to get into later on in the video. Please hit the like so we can increase the algorithms so that more people can learn about TitanX. After that 7-day grace period, you enter the penalty zone, which looks like this. If you're 1 day late, you lose 1% of your claimable TitanX. 2 days late, 3%, and so on. And after 7 days, it's gone. Yeah. Let me pop that up. I like it, Ryan. The T rank bonus is, yeah, it's lit. Everybody's excited because I don't know if we saw this coming, so much bonus coming into our miners, but It's very exciting, like all the free TitanX that we're getting. Mining ETH distribution. This page talks about the ETH that people use to create TitanX miners and what the TitanX protocol does with it. To mine TitanX, you will have to have ETH in your wallet, ETH plus time. The ETH gets given back to the users in a variety of ways to support the ecosystem's growth, as seen below. And that's what you see unique about TitanX is that we're using Ethereum. It's only on one chain. And you're actually when you are creating miners, you're benefiting yourself and others, and you'll see how that works. Here's how the ETH gets distributed. 62% of the Ethereum gets sent to the decentralized buy and burn smart contracts, which buys TitanX off the market via this pair on Uniswap v3, and it burns all that TitanX. So what does that mean? 62% of that ETH is used to buy TitanX off the market, and it burns that Titan. It sends it to a null address, which reduces the supply of Titan, which in theory increases the scarcity and the value of the existing Titan. 28% of the Ethereum goes to the payout cycles, which is used to pay out TitanX stakers based on their number of shares. 7% goes to the buy and burn pool used to pay out TitanX burners, and 3% goes to Genesis wallet. It's all done through smart contracts that users call and interact with using their own private keys. There's no central actor, authority, individual, group, or company doing any critical work whatsoever. The daily update. For every new day that ticks over in the contract, these variables get updated. And this is where you're going to see that it's important. We are early. We're only 50 some odd days into this project, but you're going to see that today is better than tomorrow for getting started because of these variables. Let's talk about them. The ETH cost for miners goes up 0.08% every day based on the day before. The TitanX mineable per day of mining goes down 0.35% every day based on the day before. And it mimics the Bitcoin halving. What does that mean? 0.35% every day based on the day before. That means the biggest decrease happened between day 1 and day 2. And the second biggest decrease between day 2 and day 3. And so on. So it's like a reverse hockey stick. It's a hockey stick in difficulty to attain TitanX. The T rank bonus goes down 0.35% every day based on the day before, and the share rate goes up 0.03% every day based on the day before. This means that it always becomes harder and more expensive to get Titan for every day that passes. The general rule for staking and mining is today is always better than tomorrow. Here are the start and end values of Titan. We're just going to review these slides. So the ETH cost per TitanX max miner. Now here's the ETH cost right here on the left. And we started at 0.2 and it goes up to 1 ETH. And think of this. As the price, if the price of ETH goes up and the price of Titan were to go down, that just means that Ethereum, for each miner that started, that miner's, the 62% buy and burn can just buy that much more TitanX and remove it from the market, increasing the scarcity. It's just a brilliant system. The supply mineable per day of mining is right here. We started at 8 million. With the T-rank bonus, you get 8.8 million per day. And then it goes down. And this, if you look, I did the calculation. This is like 2,000 days is about 5 years. Titan mining per day goes down from 8 million down to 800, guys. It goes from 8 million to 800 in less than 5 years. I don't know how long it takes, but look at that hockey. It's incredible. So get your TitanX, right? That's the story here. The T-rank bonuses amounts, they started at 2,200 and they'll go down to 0.2 at the end. So in looks like about 3 years, you only have 22 T-rank bonuses per or 0.22 per max miner. The share rate is going to increase. It's going to go from 800 to 2800, and that's just the number of Titan that you need to create one share. So right now you only need 800 Titan to create one share. And at the end of this thing, over about 4 years, looks like 4,000 days, like maybe about 10 years, it's going to cost 2,800 Titan to create one share. Ryan Torres says, I'm guessing 280-day miners might get around the estimated TitanX and their bonuses. Yeah, that's what I actually, not to disagree with you, but I think they're going to get more. I did a calculation. If you look on my Twitter, you'll see I posted something earlier this week about that. And it's actually like our miners, if you start on day one, are like 1.7 billion. And I think they're going to be like somewhere between 3 and 4 total by the end of by August. Now this is where it gets like super exciting. If it's not exciting, if you're not excited already, the cost to mine one TitanX moves up by 55,000x. It's in the code for this thing to become more rare. And since the share rate moves up 0.03% every day as well, from 800 to 2,800, which is a 3.5 increase. This plus the thing above means the cost to produce one share in staking goes up 55,000x times 3.5x equals 192,500x. All right, that's it for ETH distribution. Let's go to the daily. No, that's it for the daily update. Let's go to staking. Got to keep track here. Thanks for being patient with me, guys. Staking to earn ETH. This is what really caught my attention about the staking is that you know how difficult it is if you're coming from the Ethereum blockchain to like pay your fee. You have to be so deliberate because it's expensive. Well, now we have a protocol that pays us yield in Ethereum, which is the gas token for the Ethereum blockchain. It's wonderful. We love it. So staking. Let's go over the rolling payout cycles. When you stake TitanX, you're going to make Ethereum every 8 days, 28 days, 90, 369, and 888 days forever. So in like any given month, you will earn a 28-day payout and almost 4 8-day payouts. And what we'll do is I'll show you in the dApp, there's a calculator and you can estimate the payout that you're going to earn for staking TitanX. Now let's look at the ETH distribution. Okay, remember 62% of the Ethereum used to start miners goes to the buy and burn. 28% gets distributed to the stakers. So let's leave this up here. So 28% gets added to the 8-day rolling payout, 28% to the 28-day rolling payout, 18% goes to the 90 and 369, and 8% goes to the 888-day rolling payout. That's how that Ethereum is distributed. Okay, let's go down to shares. When you stake your TitanX, you get shares in return. The number of shares you get depends on the current share rate at the time of your stake, plus the bonuses. The longer pays more bonus. The longer you stake for, the more shares you get, up to 350% bonus at day 2,888. After 2,888 day stake length, the bonus stays capped at 350%, but you can still stake up to 3,500 days to earn as much yield as possible. The bigger pays more bonus. The more TitanX you stake in a single stake, you get up to 8% extra bonus on your shares, capped at 100 billion. I've used the calculator. I'm far more impressed with the longer pays more bonus. And that is beneficial if you're going to do multiple stakes, which we will get into. Penalties. You got to know about penalties, right? You want to be aware of what might happen. You pick a date for your stake to end when you start your stake. Try to end it on that day. If you're unable to on that specific day, you have a 7-day grace period to end your stake in which no penalties will be applied. Stakes are not allowed to be ended before 50% maturity. But if you did end it before it was matured, and after it was 50% matured, you would lose 50% of the Titan. So it just gets sent to a burn address, and you would get 50% of the Titan back, and that would be very sad. If a stake is not ended for 1 week, after the end date, you would lose 1% of the Titan per day until 99% is lost. And after 100 days, lost after 100 days. Yeah. Okay. So you lose 99% after 100 days, calculated at the end of the stake. I think that's it for the white paper. Yes. Yay. Are there any questions? Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate the comment, Rusty. Are there any questions? All right, we're going to get into some excellent, I just titled this one, excellent sites. And of course, the first excellent site is the TitanX DApp. We often call it the site. I need to connect my wallet here, so give me 1 second. Give me a second, I'll get this connected up. Because I want to show you, we're gonna cover the DApp, and part of that is seeing the staking, the mining section. None of this. I know I'm kind of doxing myself, but really I'm not. Here is the beautiful, attractive, lovely TitanX DApp. And across the top here, we have the mining section, stake, payouts, buy and burn, more, which includes the burn pool, stats, and docs. If you want to read the white paper, click on docs. The tools, you can share what's going on in Titan right here. Here are the calculators. You can buy TitanX and see your portfolio here. We're just going to cover the staking. So under the staking, in the staking section, we have a single miner or a batch miner. I'm just going to show you the batch miner. We're not going to dwell on it. But let's go back to the single miner. So let's just say you're going to stake for 280 days, mine. You're going to mine for 280 days. It's going to be a 100 power miner. It's going to cost you, you look over here to the right, it's going to cost you $480 in Ethereum. So 0.2092 Ethereum. You're going to get let's call it 1.4 billion TitanX at the end of the miner. The immediate value for this miner would be $6,845. Hey, let me segue over to Scott. He put his question in all caps, and I skipped right on past it. I am not seeing it. I'm scrolling up. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, can you repost that question here? And the ROI would be 1,324%. And that's all estimated based on the price of TitanX today, which is right here, 5049. The global T rank is 192,913 for this miner if you were to start it right now. And here's the current Titan mineable per day, 6.5 million. The early adoption amplifier is 8.4. It started at 10. Now I'm going to show you a few of my miners, just so you can see real miners. This is my first one from day one. It's a 280 length. I did not know at the time, even though people were talking about the power of compounding and doing shorter miners, I didn't quite understand it at the time. So I just did all max length miners, and I don't really regret that because I have a good long position that I'm happy with. Started on October 28th. They're going to end on August 3rd with the rest of the herd. Max power. The estimated TitanX is going to be 1.7 billion. The T rank bonus on that is 500. Let's just call it 590 million. It cost me 0.2 ETH, and the value is $11,366 right now for an ROI of 2,375%. Now, when I started this miner, it was a long way to August, but look, we're already 20% in progression. And if I wanted to share this, I'd click here. And I could screenshot that, I could download it, or I could tweet it. We'll do a little bit more on that here in a minute. Let's go over to staking. And for that, I need to switch to another wallet on my very easy to use Ravi wallet. On day 3 or so, I bought a like $50 worth of Titan to stake it just to see how the staking works. And I'll show you that. So it's very simple. You select your stake amount and the number of days, right? And then you click start your stake. Got to have Ethereum to pay for the gas for the transaction, and you'd have to have TitanX in your wallet. Here's my little stake that I did. I max lengthed it, started it on this day. It'll end in 2033. I staked 13 million at this share rate. So my number of shares, 75,000, and the value right now is $66. It's a little guy. And the progress is 1.48%. Isn't that cute? Right, here's the payouts. The rolling payouts. Okay, now the payouts is based on this stake, that little stake. So I have $105 that's claimable, and I can claim it by clicking the blue button here. And here's just to give you an idea, the payouts. So the next 8-day payout cycle has already earned $3.65, 28-day the same, and so on. You can see, and then 2 years down the road, I got $10 in there, which will be added. Actually gets added to with every miner start. That's the payouts, the buy and burn. Now this is where the Prairie Banana gets a little bit confused. And I know it's so simple. He just doesn't quite understand how it all works. But in a nutshell, the V1 and V2 buy and burn are the contracts that buy TitanX, that use the Ethereum in them to buy TitanX off the market and burn them. Okay, that's it in a nutshell. I'm just going to leave it right there. And you can read more about these and see a lot of the stats right here. And we're going to see a little bit too, the stats from the buy and burn in the Dune Charts. Here's the burn pool. And here are the stats. I love the stats page. Guys, and I learned this. Let me show you a little trick in here. You can select just one, or you can deselect these tabs up at the top. So I learned that on one of the streams. So that's free. That's a bonus. Great. There's 6.84% of Titan in existence is liquid, 36% is staked, and 54% has been burned. And here's all the stats over here. So that is, and then if you want to see the white paper, we're almost done with this. If you want to share, I'm still looking for your Scott. Apparently no one sees your question. If you could just scroll up the chat, copy it and paste it, or just re-ask it, that'd be great, man. I'm happy to answer. Here's the share tab. This is brilliant. Remember, Jake Sharp is a marketing guy. He's a businessman. And this is the first of its kind thing that I have seen where the marketing is built into the dApp. And it's brilliant because this is real-time data about TitanX. You got real data, fundamentals. If people are just curious, let's click on one of these. So you can 62% buy and burn. What's that? And then you click over here. If you just wanted to do like a really simple marketing onto your Facebook, Twitter, Telegram, and so forth, you can post those, and it works. It's really quite brilliant. Now I often go to the calculator. This is the mining calculator. Here's the staking calculator here. Let's do well, I think we already covered the calculator is really no different than the one. This calculator is really no different than the one over here on the mining page. But the staking calculator is cool. It's defaults to 1 million and max length. I always like to see, like, if I can one day stake 1 billion for max length, what's my payout going to be? Well, the share rate, here's the effective share rate for today. And these other numbers. And again, I don't know what these are, but you probably do, or you can learn it. And I will learn, and I'll redo this presentation, and I'll be able to speak to more of those numbers in the future. But the next 8-day payout, if I staked $1 billion TitanX right now, I would earn $270 on the next 8-day payout, $270 on the 28-day, and then on the 90-day, $1,661, and so on. Okay. And then you can buy a TitanX. So we are done with the DAP. Are there any questions? Oh yeah, maybe TitanX is king. Yeah, man, it's exciting. Exciting stuff. Let's go over the Dune charts, shall we? So shout out to Mike Dean. Thank you, Mike, for creating this thing. I know it probably took him a couple of sleepless nights, but he got her done, and it's good. I'm going to refresh this. Watch this. 5,066 right now, and that was over an hour ago. Let's see how many people. It was 5,066, and we're at 5,360. And that's the miner starts for today. Mike Dean is the man. He's a great guy. So we're actually on day 57. There are 193,182 miners that have been started. Over 10,000 unique users, and that's wallet addresses. The Ethereum that has been used to buy to start miners is 36,000. And look, we are this was yesterday, day 56, which was a double day. It was an 8-day payout and a 28-day payout. And we nearly reached an all-time high in miner starts because people that already had stakes were taking profit and starting new miners. So, and what does that mean for the people that have miners before this big day? That means that their T-rank bonuses were very large. So I speculate that we are going to exceed this number in a matter of days or weeks, because I just think it's going to happen. This thing is snowballing. And now if you scroll down, you can see the minted tokens by day. And this is based on the number of miners. Like here is 16,987 miners that were started. And that's the number of Titan that's in those miners, unless I'm wrong on that. And we're going to talk a little bit strategy. Okay, I'll get to your question. Remember I asked you to put it in all caps, but I'll get to that. Just put the rest of it in all caps if you would. We're going to talk some strategies. But this is notice here, I'm getting ahead of myself. Notice that this is supply coming out. So why would you make a miner that ends on this day when there's a lot of supply coming out? Because when supply comes out, people are dumping it or have the option to, which could decrease the price. So if I was going to start a shorter miner, I'd plug it in on a low supply day. Okay. And let's just finish scrolling down here. These Dune charts are amazing. I can look at, and I look at this one all day long. I'm constantly hitting the refresh. It's terrible. I know it's bad behavior. Right. Let's flip over to Scott's question. Will there be a point where miners? No. Okay. Question part 2. Will take so long to become profitable? I think I might know what you're getting at, Scott. Whether it become unprofitable, you're just going to have to study the market. Jump in the Telegram group and interact in there. And, we're just at the very beginning of this thing, and we're all going to keep your ear to the ground, listen to streams, and you will get a gauge of, when they become unprofitable, if that ever happens. And there's strategy in this. So just keep studying and you'll keep up. Okay. Dune chart number 2. This one's real simple. It's the buy and burn. So yesterday, there was 225 billion TitanX bought by the buy and burn contracts and burned off the market. Okay, that's this Dune chart, and that's exciting. Dune chart number 3. Dune chart number 3. What do I like about this one? The main thing I like about it is right here, I can see the total TitanX mineable over the next 280 days, and it's been going up, man. It really has. TitanX calc.win. This is I don't know who developed it, but this is an excellent calculator. We're going to do a quick review of it. There's a video about how to use it at the bottom of the page here. But let's say one Ethereum costs you $2,300 right now, and the TitanX price is this. You got to update these manually, and I'm not going to do it on stream. Let's say we're going to do a 280-day miner, and at the end of this 280 days, this isn't aggressive, but Ethereum is going to be $4,000. The TitanX price, it's going to lose a 0. Is that 5? That's 4. Okay, and we're starting it today. So we're getting in at an 8.4% early adoption amplifier. The mineable Titan is going to be 6.573. The ETH to start, $481. And the ROI is going to be, remember, this is like a 10x. It's like 76,822. And I already added this miner, but you can include the T rank bonus and watch the video so you can see how to plug these numbers in. Because I looked at it before this stream and I couldn't quite figure it out, but I need to watch the video, right? So what you can do is you can create, let's see if we just log this one. Let's make it a 140 just for fun, and then log it, and it's going to pop it in there. And then you can build models and see, what you can reasonably expect to see in your returns. All right, guys, let's keep this going. I've got to keep my notes up to date. Now this TitanX.watch mining calculator. Okay, we did that. TitanX.watch. This is a cool site. It has been struggling a little bit. Earlier this week, it went offline for a couple days, and then it came back online. And this morning, this number here, the number of miners was off a bit. It did not match the number of miners on this Dune chart. So it is struggling a little bit, but can you not say that that's an attractive site? So you can see the number of miners started today. And mind you, this is on a different clock than the Dune chart. The Dune chart is on a different clock than the actual Titan. So you just gotta kind of go with it and figure those clocks out. So this one's got 16 hours to go. The number of users, 10,584. The users active today, 297. I think that might be correct. Spent on mining, 82 million. Minted, 16 million. Buy and burn, 25 million. The buy and burn balance is 31.6 million. 13 million USD has been staked, and the liquid supply is 0.23 million. Now look at this growth. The miner growth is impressive, as is the user growth. And here's where it gets really fun. If you like looking into the blockchain, you can see miners as they're being created. So a minute ago, here's his wallet address, created a 90 length miner maturing on March 22nd, so 40 power. So he'll get 231 million TitanX. It cost him $192, and the value right now is about $1,120. So good job, dude. Now we're going to save that for later. I'm going to pop this off here, and we're going to talk strategies. Let's talk mining strategy first. So you have the option to do long miners, which is the safest play, but you can also make shorter miners. Now, the shorter you go, the more reckless it is, the more risk is involved. So a lot of people have been making, like early on, they were making, I don't know, 10 or 15 day miners and crushing it. They did very well. I wish I had participated in more of that, but it is what it is. But again, use the Dune charts to estimate where to plug them in at, for the end date, and also use the calculator to estimate your ROI. I'll tell you, this is not financial advice, but about 9 days ago, I started a batch of 22-day miners. I plugged them in on January 4th because it was a low supply day. The ROI, projected ROI on them was 106%. And I bit my nails for a few days wondering if I'd made a wise decision or not. Now, I did it under the watchful eye of the burrito. Remember, I am the chips and salsa. The burrito was walking me through this. I take complete responsibility for it. But so far, now that I'm past the nail biting phase, I'm very happy because thankfully the price is held. It's dipped a little bit, but they cost about $450 each, and they're worth $1,200, $1,100. So far, we're good. What can you do with your miners? Let's say you created a 90-day miner and you have all of this T rank bonus plus the TitanX that you earned. What can you do with it? You could take it all for profit, or you could do what I like to do in crypto, which is ratios. And by the way, Mackenzie is in the chat, and she gave me a good idea. I need to add it to this list, which is what you can do is you can take your T rank bonus, stake it, and then compound just the original TitanX. That's a good idea. Whatever you do, try to have a method. I like ratios. You could take a third of it and stake it, a third of it and compound it. In other words, make another miner and take a third of it home as profit. Or you could do a 50-50 where you take 50% and stake it, and with 50% create a new miner. Now here's what happens. Like if you mine too short and you get wrecked, in other words, you didn't get you didn't make money on it, you can still stake the Titan and earn payouts. Or you could wait until the price appreciates. Remember, we have projects being built upon Titan, one of them being Hyper. When Hyper launches, when the white paper is released, I think we're probably going to see a little bump in the price. When Hyper launches, we're probably going to see a sizable bump in the price. So bear those things in mind. And staking is, I don't want to say it's very simple, but for me, I'm not staking right now. I am trying to accumulate TitanX. And you need to bear in mind that, like, if you had a big old bag of TitanX right now, it might be wise to not stake all of it, because you're going to be able to burn your Titan stakes for Hyper. So we essentially have a little bit like of liquidity with our Titan stakes. So why not break that up into 5 or 10 different stakes so you could burn half of them for Hyper, or 2 or 3, something like that. Just a little bit of strategy for you. All right, I'm going to show you next. I'm going to show you some of my calculators that I've created, and I think you'll find these valuable. And then after that, we're going to wrap it up, guys. We are going to wrap it up. So let me get this. Set for you guys. And again, hit the like button if you hadn't yet. Appreciate having you guys here. This is great. I like it. And yeah, we'll talk about that, Dan. Okay. Here's the calculator. Now, the 10,000 foot view is the green fields are fixed. The orange fields are editable, and you plug
everything in there, and the blue are the outputs. Okay, and there's a link to a video I created when I did this, and this is not updated. Give me just a second. I want to address this. You like the strategy talk? Cool. I got more for you at the end of this. So I always take the bonus and max stake because the amount is crazy. 2, it was given to us for free. 3, you are earning on it, and 4, it's yours, not going anywhere. Yeah, Scott, do this. Let's see. Let me go through the chat here. Give me 1 second. I want to help Scott here. I think I read the first one. Well, it takes so long to become profitable. I think we addressed that it will be better to buy TitanX and max stake, buy TitanX and max stake. Yeah, I think I may have answered your question. Let me know if I answered your question. Right. Back to this. Plug in the date, just if you want a reference point, the amount you're estimating. What you do is you use the calculator on the DApp. Put in the amount of Titan you're thinking about staking, the number of days, and then in the payout section of that calculator, plug these numbers in here. And what you're going to see is an output. And what I did is whatever number of days you pick right here, it's going to give you the number of years here and the number of months. So if you did a 1 billion TitanX 3,500 max length stake, hey, Tin Top, it's good to see you. You would earn on the next payout. Now this has changed. The reason I'm not changing this is because this is like a reference point of 10 days ago. So, but at 10 days ago, you would have earned $141 on the next 8-day payout, and over that 9.6 years, you would get 438 of those payouts, totaling $61,688, and so on for the other payouts, for a total of $394,000. And because these numbers are meaningful to us in annual and monthly, I broke those down right here. So that would be an annual yield of $41,000, monthly $3,400. Okay. Now this is a position calculator that I created, and it needs to be updated because we saw the supply on this tab right here was like over, I think, 105 trillion. So plug that in here, get the total staked from app.titanx.win, plug that in here, and the total liquid, and this would be the total. The same things apply, oranges inputs, and then then put your total TitanX here, and it will give you a percent. So this guy with 10 billion TitanX, and these numbers being a little less than they actually are, would be a 0.0122%. So he is a dolphin. And in crypto, I always like to, if I'm getting in on a new project, I like to buy a position or know where I am, because I'm always thinking of Hex. Sorry, I come out of that. I am still in that community, and some of the dolphins in there are very happy campers. Freedom calculator. I think you guys will like this. So we're all in crypto. We know crypto does X's, right? So how many X's do we need to reach some certain goals? Okay, so plug in your numbers right here. We're going to go over these. Freedom number for a month. In other words, what do you need per month to live? Put any number in there you want. I just picked 5,000. Your expenses to last 3 years. Why 3 years? Because we'll be going into a bear market eventually. And you'll need to take profit from the top to live for 3 years. So 5 times 36 is 180,000. So then third row down, you'll put in the crypto portfolio value now. Just a second. Now, before Titan, I would have made this a modest 10,000. But since Titan, I bumped this up a little bit. So I made it 50,000. How much you'd like to skim off the top to re-enter the next bear? You got to think about Crypto goes in cycles. How much profit would you like to take off the top of the next cycle to hold in like a stable coin to re-enter the bottom and catch a leg up and like do even better on the next cycle? Well, let's just say this person would like to have $1 million. So he's into crypto right now for 50,000. He would like to 20x that. Okay. Now, I'm interested in other passive income investments. So I would like to skim off $1 million for an investment in real estate, or not $1 million for me, but I'm just saying for this guy, he's going to take $1 million and put it into real estate so he can have some passive income to even help him to, offset this number right here. Well, here's what you need to exit with at the top. Exiting is a whole strategy in itself, but let's say you estimated the top and your bag is inflated from $50,000 to $2.18 million. That's where you're going to take off the top to live for 3 years, invest in another cash flowing asset, and re-enter the crypto bottom. What is that in X's? It's a 44x, a modest 44x. And that is it. Escape velocity. Yes, that's exactly what that is. Escape velocity. I think I learned that from Crypto Sloth. All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up. Here are some things, and there's more. I'm gonna review some links for you here in a second. But we are closing in on the end. Be sure and take profit during the bull. So many people didn't on this last bull, and they had already quit their jobs or bought their Lambo and had to sell the Lambo and take the job back. Take profit. I don't know what that means for anybody. Focus on accumulating, not price. We see it all the time. People are like, when are we going to hit a penny? When are we going to hit $1? Don't focus on that right now. Focus on accumulating tokens. You'll thank me later. Get the word out on socials. Tell your friends. Just be careful. Don't bring, a lot of us brought family members into other projects, and those projects are not doing well. Just be careful about that. Now, I told you I'm the chips and salsa. If you want more information and you want to become an expert at this ecosystem, TitanX, you're going to have to reach out to the big burrito. And his name is Steve, Crypto Graphics. He held a TitanX master class 2 weekends ago. It was top notch. He is a very kind man. He's a friend of mine. He's very kind. He is an excellent teacher, and he's patient, and he's very intelligent. He's top notch. He's the big burrito. If you want more than what you've seen today, reach out to him, and I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. If you know people that are new to TitanX, I'm planning to do this stream again next Saturday morning. Same bat time, same bat station. Now, let's go review all of this is all of these links right here are in the description. Let me get me off the, how do I get myself off the screen here? I don't think I can do that right now. I definitely can't do it while we're live. Okay. Let me read the chat here. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I certainly don't feel like it. Appreciate it. Okay. Connect with me on Twitter. Connect with Jake Sharp on Twitter. There's Crypto Kindness. He's like the OG. He is crushing it with streams. You definitely want to follow him on YouTube and listen to his streams. Also connect with him on Twitter. Crypto Graphics. Here's his email right here. And he said I could put this in here. support@cryptographics.com. His TitanX Mastermind class was 2 days, 3 hours Saturday, 3 hours Sunday, followed by question and answer each day. It was like a few $100. I mean, literally, it was so good, and he gives you handouts. Join other Titans on the Telegram. If you got questions, burning questions, jump into the Telegram. And here's a link to a buy and burn bot in the Telegram group. If you want more streams to listen to, Cryptographics, Mike Dean, Crypto Audie King, Smooth and Crypto, Honest Crypto, The Genuine Real Mo, and The Verse. And if you have any others, get those to me because I am getting all the content that I can. Links to the Dune Charts are right here. Other useful stuff. Watch miners on TitanX.watch. We already covered that. Here is a link to this. There's a link to the TitanX calc and the tutorial, which is simply down at the bottom of that page. The Jake Sharp white paper overview. You can watch him review. Can you guys see this? I don't think you can. You can watch him discussing the white paper before TitanX was actually linked. Here's the DEX screener link, so you can watch the price charts and all the action. Etherscan. If you want to buy a Trezor hardware wallet, that is my referral link right there. And a link to this spreadsheet that I used in this video is there. I accept tips, but I'm not asking for them. And that is a wrap. Are there any questions? Thanks. You did answer my question. I will go to the Telegram. Perfect, Scott. I'm happy about that. Hey, Hexicans and Xenians, the water's warm. Jump in. Yeah. Yep. A lot of us coming out of those communities. Well, guys, it's right at an hour. I think we covered a lot in an hour. And I'm so thankful for every one of you that showed up. Hit the like button, subscribe. I do create some other content. And again, I'm planning to do this next Saturday. So let people know, like in the Telegram group. I don't care to trumpet it around a lot. But you know, there's a ton of new people in this project. They're excited and they're like hungry for information. I've seen people that they're like, hey, can we jump on a call or something like that? People they're like really needy for information. So guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. We'll see you guys later. Bye.